Welcome back to the 6th Gear Garage. In the last video, I used these replacement Wolf steel panels to fix the rear quarter rust on this 1985 4Runner. And as you saw, the fitment wasn't exactly that great. A few of you let me know down in the comments of that video that I could have also used a front fender and probably had better results. So today, we're gonna check that out. The first thing I'm gonna need is a fender that I don't care about. Yep, and I'll be testing that front left fender to this right rear quarter panel because the section of fender that wraps down at the back will now be wrapping down at the front. The two bolts that hold on the bottom of this fender, they are completely seized and they snap all the time on these trucks. And normally I'd sit here for a really long time with a torch and some penetrating fluid and hope for the best. But I've discovered a new way using the FLC 200 Pulse Laser Cleaner by Fortune Laser, and I really focused the beam on a really small size and just aim it on the bolt and get that bolt red hot without heating up all the area around the bolt. And for this, I'm gonna use the cycle ring setting. We're gonna change the width to the lowest that we can go, which I believe is 10. So now that I have these side by side, I can see some obvious differences already. The first one being that this extends down farther than this does. So I'll have some custom fabrication work to do down here. And the second is that this body line is more pronounced than this body line. I have a contour gauge here, really useful tool for checking things like this. So here is the factory body line. And when I match this up to the fender, you can see it's not quite there. You can see it's pretty close, but it's not quite as sharp of an angle right here. This is more rounded. The main difference being that there's this additional body line going across here right above the flare, and the front fender does not have that. And also, if I'm repairing rust that extends out past this flare here into this area, I'm gonna have another issue because you can see this area is just about at the top of this lip. And as we look up front, the front fenders are actually higher compared to that body line. So this comes out about 6 inches lower from the top of the fender lip here. But for a minor rust repair, like the issue I'm having here, I wouldn't need all of this. So let's trim off some of this fat and see if just this area will work. And that's similar to what I did on the driver's side when I cut off the area that I only needed from the Wolf steel panel. So here's the Wolf steel panel and the OEM fender kind of laid over each other. And the first problem I can see right now is that these tabs and this inner lip kind of bend in like a U shape instead of just a flat 90. So I'm gonna need to either cut these out, or they're probably so rusty I can just hammer them off. Now let's see how it fits. I know it's not gonna be perfect because I haven't cut out all the old yet, but one problem I see is right here. The front fender is actually wider than the arch of the rear fender by about 1 inch. If you have used a front fender to repair a rusty rear quarter, let me know in the comments how that worked out, because I see a major problem here. And then the other big issue is down here, with the arch being about 1 inch wider on the front, and this also hangs down about, I'd say, 4 or 5 inches farther too. You can see if I line this up and get it flush down here at the bottom and over here on this side, then I'm way off up at the top. Now let's test the Wolf steel panel. And I was in no way trashing these panels in the repair video. I just wanted to show you that it wasn't an exact fit. So here's the Wolf steel panel. We've got coverage all the way to the end of the body here. And over on this side, we're really close to the inner fender being lined up. And down here is also lined up as well. So the front fenders for the rear repair, they were a good idea, but I think it's actually gonna be a lot less work and fabrication if I just use these Wolf steel panels instead. And that's gonna be it for today. If you have any other ideas, let me know down in the comments and I'd be glad to test them out. Thanks for watching.